started. I got my little jam session in with y'all before we started running our mouths. Hey my babies, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Riah J, and I'm back with another video, my babies. Today is Thursday, my babies. I hope all is well with you all is well with me, and I hope we all are continuing to stay about happiness, peace, and love. And I hope we all are continuing to stay determined, motivated, and focused. And I hope we all are continuing to walk in the alignment of stars that Allah has for us. So let me get a drink of water, y'all, because I just got out the bath and shower. And y'all know how I be when I get out the bath and shower. I be dehydrated, girl. Wow, I was thirsty, wasn't I? Yeah, my baby, so let's get straight into it. Y'all seen the title, y'all seen that thumbnail. We're gonna dive straight in. Today we're gonna be discussing the two most hardest jobs in the world. And I know some of y'all are probably thinking, you know, before you even clicked on the video, you probably read the title and you probably was like, I know what's the two hardest jobs in the world. Being a president, being a construction worker, being an architect, being a scientist, being an astronaut. I'm here to tell you a secret too. No. Absolutely not. I mean, those may be very difficult in, you know, training and college and all of those things you got to do to get those jobs. And they may be very hard jobs once you're in it to maintain it and keep up with the ever changing motion of it all. And you know, shout out to all those people in the world that are in those job professions, those career fields. Shout out to y'all. You know, no shade, no tea. But the two most hardest jobs in the world, my babies. The first one is being a parent. Yes. Being a parent to your children. I gotta change the battery. I'll be right. I'm sorry, y'all. Just when I was getting into it, the battery died. So yeah, we back in action. So yeah, y'all. One of the hardest jobs in the world is being a parent. Before I dive so deep into that topic, it's crazy that I was planning to do this video today, and I just got off the phone with Wookie's teachers, because she has two homeroom teachers. So they called me, but before we even had this conversation, about 10 minutes ago, because I was in the bath and they called me. But before the conversation, yesterday I picked Wookie up from school, and normally, you know, I just hey to the teacher, Wookie, let's go, and me and Wookie go on our merrily way. You know, and that's how I like it to be like that. Like, I don't like to chop it up in no schoolyard of crowded people, teachers, school staff, parents, children. Like, it's too crowded and chaotic for me, you understand? And naturally me, I don't like talking my business in front of people. That's number one. So, but you know, I picked Wookie up yesterday. I'm like, oh, Wookie, let's go. Her teacher stopped me before we walked away, and she was like, oh, I need to talk to you about a few things. Nothing, because I had on my shades, but you can see my eyes through my shades, you know. And you know, so we're just talking. So she's like, oh, I want to talk to you about a couple of things regarding Missouri. Don't worry, it's nothing bad. But yeah, we're gonna talk. Don't worry. I'm like, okay. So me and Wookie, we walked home. And then we got home, but the whole time we was walking home, I'm like, but she said Wookie had a good day, everything was good, she just needed to talk to me. So y'all know me and this damn anxiety, right? So my anxiety drove me crazy after the teacher told me that yesterday. And I was asking Wookie, what happened in school today? You know, trying to see, like, what happened? Like, did you do something? You know, did something happen to you? What happened? She was like, Mommy, I had a good day. I don't know, but the teacher did say that she wants to talk to your mom. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, she didn't say about what? She was like, no. So I got in the house. I was a little aggravated because, listen, you have my number. You have my number, you have my email, I mean, you have my address, you have all the information that you have as the teacher of my child to contact me in all possible ways. But why did you have to stop me after school when you know I'm happy to pick up my daughter? I just want to get home. We gotta, you know, enjoy the rest of our day. And you tell me that. So, okay, that's the start of it, right? So, you know, I knew that she wanted to talk to me. So this morning, before I sent Wookie to school, dropped her off, I wrote the teacher a note. To whom this may concern, this is Missouri's mom. I'd appreciate if you do not talk my business in the schoolyard. If you want to talk to me, please feel free to reach out to me at any time. This is my number. You know, thank you so much. I appreciate it. And I signed it and dated. So Wookie went to school this morning. Like I said, today is Thursday. Wookie went to school this morning with the note, gave it to the teacher. So I was expecting a call from the teacher, but I didn't expect her to call when I was in the bath just a couple minutes ago. So I'm laying up in the bath, you know, praising, worshiping the Lord, and you know, in my solitude. Y'all know how I do. I think y'all should know how I do by now. So my phone rang, then it rang again, and then I was like, oh, you know, I get a lot of scam calls. People don't call me. I don't talk to nobody. I don't talk to not a soul. You understand what I'm saying? So, I talk to the Lord. I talk to my daughter. I talk to myself. I talk to y'all, but I'm not cordial like that. You know what I'm saying? So I seen I had 2 missed calls or whatever, right? So I looked at it and I seen that, okay, this is not scam likely, so let me call it back. Oh, I seen the voicemail. So you know how on an iPhone you can read the voicemail message. So I read it. It was like, oh, it's Missouri's teacher, blah blah blah. So I called it back. I'm like, hey, it's Missouri's mom. Yeah, what's going on? She was like, I hope I didn't you know, worry you yesterday when I told you that I wanted to talk to you. I was like, yeah, you did. You know, I'm a natural worrier, but that's okay. What's going on? She was like, oh, well, I just want to talk to you about Missouri's. We took a test recently, a 2 times tables test, and listen, I understand that, you know, the kids have been out of school for 2 years, and you know, they've been out of school, so they've lost kind of touch, whatever, with the whole school thing, whatever. And you know, I get it, some kids are also not good test takers. She went into this whole ramble just to say my daughter flunked the test, and that her answers were not even equivalent to like almost being right, you know what I mean? So I was like, okay. I was like, well, I did write you, because in the beginning of the school year they sent the letter home and they said, y'all, I'm gonna get back to the topic of discussion, but I gotta get my stuff off, y'all know that. But if you want to skip to the probably like the 10-minute mark, you could go ahead, I don't care. So in the beginning of the school year, they asked all the parents to write a note about just break down how they can get to know like who your child is. Tell them their strengths, their weaknesses, you know, their likes, their dislikes, you know, just write a little note to your teacher so your teacher could get acquainted with the new student of their class for the 4th grade. So I wrote this long note to the teacher. Missouri is great, she's a great student, she listens, she's sweet and kind and humble, you know, but Missouri does struggle in her academic work, you know, she does. Missouri, honestly, she doesn't really have a lot of interest in school, you know, so I have to push her as her mother. And even though I pushes her, Missouri is just a natural dreamer. My daughter is a natural dreamer. She loves her artistry. She loves her artwork. She loves to sing. She loves to dance. And that's just who my baby is. My baby could really care less about school. And that's okay, right? So I wrote that letter just to give it a rundown of, you know, before I start going in, right? I wrote that letter to give the rundown of how Missouri is. I said, please sit Missouri in front of the classroom, because not only does she wear glasses, she tends to, you know, go into la la land, right? A natural dream state. And she, you know, you have to redirect her, refocus her attention, and, you know, we gotta, Missouri, you know, are you paying attention? So I wrote the note. So I wrote you that note in the beginning of the school year. I told you everything you needed to know, and now you're calling me in the beginning of October when school just started. When did school start, y'all? September, public school, September what? September, I think it's 13th. So you're calling me a month later to give me a rundown of that my daughter failed a test? Okay, now I'm about to go in. So I told the teachers on the phone, so she was like, so yeah, is there anything else we can do to help Missouri? I mean, we are helping her. We realized that Missouri works better in small groups than, like, you know, participating with the whole class as a whole. She needs that special attention. And yeah, you were right in the letter that you wrote us in the beginning of the school year that Missouri tends to like dream off, and she's a natural dreamer, and you know, You know, but we're just calling you to let you know that, you know, because time report cards come or whatever, you know, we just want you to be aware. And I was like, listen, I appreciate that. I was like, but listen, you have to understand that my daughter, listen, the things that I told y'all in the beginning of the school year about my daughter is the same things that stands. My daughter, she's not gonna switch energy. She's a real person. She's a real child. She's aware. She's intelligent. She's talented. She's artistic. Missouri loves her artwork. She loves her artistry. She loves to sing. She loves to dance. And I'm not the type of mother that's gonna push, shove, and force my child to do something she doesn't want to do. Yes, even at 9 years old, I am like that with my child. I said, so I appreciate you all for, you know, being her teacher and doing the best you can. I'm her mom, and I'm doing the best I can. And listen, Missouri is an artist, okay? I told the teacher, I said, listen, you don't know what God has for anybody in this world. Missouri, listen, since pre-K, Missouri hated school. That's her energy, and she's kept that same energy up until 9 years old in the 4th grade. She still doesn't like school. She loves art class, she loves dance class, she loves recess. You know, she loves a little bit of science, but outside of that, my daughter she doesn't care. It's no interest, and you know, it's no neglect of me as a mother. It's not that the teachers are not doing good enough, but for them to call me just to tell me that, I feel like that was very I'm not gonna lie, I feel like that was really stupid. You know what I mean? You could have sent home the test and I could have seen it, and then you could have wrote me a note and say, oh, this is the grade that your child got, and please sign it to return it back. And I would have signed it, clearly letting you know that I acknowledged the score that my child got and returned it back to you. Listen, parents out in the world, I know I can't tell y'all how to raise y'all children, but I can give you a recommendation. Try not to force your children to do or be or go or have anything that's outside of what they choose to do. Because even though they're children are born with their dreams. Children are born with their talents. Children are born with their own individuality. Children know what they want to be. And if they grow up and decide that they want to change careers and jobs and lifestyles, that's on them. That's their life. We had a life, right? We had a life, and we were able to decide what we wanted to do and what we wanted to become, right? So, you know, I think we should really have that same energy for our children. And just to give you a little more broader perspective of the whole situation of it all, it's like my family tried to push college down my throat when I was growing up, you know, because I was always very good in sports, you know, very athletic, good in sports. I was also on a cheerleading team, but none of those things really interest me to the point where I felt like, oh, I want to go to college to be a NFL cheerleader, and I want to go to college to be, you know, the next Usain Bolt, the next Sha'Carri Richardson, or, you know, I just want to go to college because I want to do 4 more years of school because I just love school that much that I went to school my whole life, and after I graduated, got my GED or whatever, that I want to go to school because I want to go to school for a few more years of my life. Listen, although I may have loved elementary school, middle school, and high school, after I was done with that though, I didn't want to go to college. College was not for me. And my family tried to push their own agendas and their own dreams on me, telling me, oh, Raya, you know you need to go to college. You're better than this. You know, you're so smart. Why don't you just go to college? You don't know you don't know what God has for the next person. You don't know. If I would have went to college, wasted 4 years of my life, ended up in a dead-end job, making fucking breadcrumb money, just living check to check, just getting by on my motherfucking bills, I wouldn't be here today. So when it comes to me, and listen, I'm getting loud and passionate, y'all, and I'm about to get emotional. Oh my God.
I told the teachers, listen, my daughter is very sweet, very kind, very humble, very loving. She is truly one of a kind. My daughter is a blossoming flower. My daughter she loves her artistry, and I don't push her, I don't force her, I don't shake her and make her do anything she doesn't want to do. God knows the plans that he has over my baby's life. I said, listen, you don't know. I didn't start crying or anything. You know, I obviously kept it together on the phone, but this is how I am with y'all. Y'all know that. Like, if I feel like I want to cry with y'all, I'm gonna cry. So I told them, like, listen, I hope you all are not, because I was on it was basically not a three-way call, but it was two of her teachers on one line and then me. I was like, and I hope you all are not comparing children in the classroom, because you all know that each child is on their own life's journey, right? Some children love school and they pass every test with flying colors. That was also me growing up. But there's some children that they hate school and they flunk every test. They probably flunk every class, but you don't know what God has for your child. So try to take it easy on your child. You know, I know that God has magnificent, amazing, the biggest of dreams to come true for my baby, because I'm her mother, and I don't force, you know, what I want for her on her. I love my baby just the way she is, and whatever she wants to do, I support my baby. You have to understand, my baby comes from me. I'm an artist. Look at all this art that I give y'all every fucking day, because my heart pulls to talk to y'all and get the words out to y'all to help the next person. So if you can understand that, wow, her daughter obviously comes from her, and that's her mother. So I know she gonna be great, and she is, and she doesn't want to follow in her mother's footsteps. She don't want to do YouTube and do video. My baby loves her artistry. She loves to draw. She loves to create. Listen, when her mother gets her money right and gets her money up, my daughter will not be going to any more public schools, because to be quite frankly with you, when you know that you have like a unicorn child, a very special child, a very artistic child, you should not put them in a school where all the basic kids are at. And you know, I'm sorry for any of y'all that may feel away, or you may, you know, feel like I'm throwing shade. Listen, facts are facts. My daughter, when her mother gets her money up and her money right, is gonna go to, if not do homeschooling, and I'm gonna get a tutor for her. I'm probably just gonna put her in like a gifted, talented school, like a private school, a gifted, talented private school. And I bet you, once I take her out of that toxic, inconsistent 30 kids a class, so therefore your child is not getting the right attention, they're not even really learning much, you know what I mean? Because how can you teach 30 fucking kids in one classroom when you only got 2 teachers? How? You understand? So it's no shade against public school. I grew up in public school. It did wonders for me, you know what I mean? I did great in my public schools, but everybody is different. This is just the point that I'm trying to make. My daughter is so talented. She needs different things that I needed when I was a child. She needs different things that maybe your child is able to be, you know, okay with. My child is just very special. And I always knew my child was special since I had her. You know, from the minute I knew I was pregnant, from the minute I felt her in my stomach, from the minute she was born, watching my daughter grow and blossom into the beautiful child that she is and wonderful person she is. You know, and I know a lot of people like to talk about their children. And you know, shout out to y'all, because you gotta go hard for yours. But mine, she gonna be alright, you know. And I told them, I said, you don't know what God has for anybody. Missouri is gonna be a successful artist one day, and every fucking teacher that judged my baby, that looked down on my baby because she was failing and flunking and she couldn't understand the work. They're gonna be like, wow, I'm so proud of Missouri. You know, I always knew she was different. No, the fuck you didn't. You judged her. You judged her. Because every teacher thinks that, you know, life is all about math and reading and science and this and that. And yes, school is important. I'm not taking away from the fact that school is not, you know, that school is important, but you know what's even more important than school? You know what's even more important than school? It's your baby's mental health. It's your baby's dreams. Keeping your baby's dreams alive. Because when they go to school, you have to understand, school does not teach them about God. School could care less about the Lord. You understand? Because when I said that shit on the phone to her teachers, they shut up. They shut up. Oh no, yeah, I understand. You know your daughter, and you know, we're just calling you to let you know because it is the beginning of the school year. And I said, thank you. I appreciate you for calling me because I did write y'all a letter and I told y'all if anything regarding my baby, you call me. I'm one fucking call away. So thank you. You know, I said, but don't like the new teachers or like us, because Boogie's in 4th grade, right? And she's been in this school since first grade. Yeah, I think she's been in this school that she's in since 1st grade. Okay, so I said, don't the 4th grade teachers talk to like the students' previous teachers, like the 3rd grade teachers, the 2nd, the 1st grade teachers, just to kind of get a more of an idea of who the child is, you know? And she was like, yeah, we did. And, you know, we did hear that Missouri does tend to struggle, you know, with her academics. But we calling you, right, because you are the parent. I said, listen, just understand this. If you want to get even a more gist of who my baby is as a person, just go talk to the art teacher. Go talk to the art teacher. I promise you, if you talk to the art teacher and you ask the art teacher, how does Missouri do in your class? The teacher is going to tell you, the art teacher, oh, Missouri's one of my best students. She's so talented. She loves to draw. She loves to color and create. I love Missouri being in my class. She's just great. You'll understand what I'm saying as her mother. So we ended the conversation and that was that. But it's crazy how, I'm sorry that I rambled y'all, but I didn't ramble. I'm talking about my baby and my baby's life. So whoever don't like it, then fuck you. For real. That's how I'm giving it up. I'm tired of saying sorry for shit that I shouldn't feel sorry for. This is my channel and I create the videos that I want to create, and whoever don't like it, you shouldn't watch me. You can always unsubscribe, okay? Because YouTube is free. Y'all not paying nothing to watch me. And also, there's billions of creators on this platform that may interest you. So just go ahead if you're not happy here, man. I don't want that energy on my channel. So let me take a drink of water because I just went in 21 minutes. So it's crazy. It's crazy that, you know, I had this conversation with Wookie's teachers. And I was already planning to have this conversation with y'all today, talking to y'all about what are the 2 most hardest jobs in the world. And the number 1 hardest job in the world, my babies, is being a parent, being an active, encouraging, loving, guiding, supporting, etc., etc. Forgiving, non-judgmental parent, etc., etc., etc. You know, being a parent, it's not a singular thing. Your child grows and, you know, becomes, you know, just blooms so beautifully throughout their lives, and your job as a parent is to keep up with them,
Continue to learn who they are. Continue to get to know them. What are their interests? What are their likes and dislikes, their strengths, their weaknesses, who they really are in their souls, you know? So, yeah, you know, being a parent is hard work. When you decide to become a parent, you must put yourself last and put your baby first. And that's just facts. Your child comes first. But don't forget about yourself. You know what I mean? Don't neglect yourself. I believe some parents out in the world, they invest everything into their child, and it's beautiful. It's great. Like, I love parents that go 1,000%, you know what I'm saying, for their kids and fully invest in their kids. That's beautiful. You should do that. But don't forget about yourself, you know, at the same time, because these children, they do grow up. They do grow up and they do go on to live their own lives. So then what are you going to do when your child is like 18, 20, 21 and they go to college, or they're living their dreams and they move out the house and they get married and they're in a relationship with their partner and they have children. They go on to live their own lives. So then what are you going to do as the parent? You're going to sit there in the house all day crying, depressed and stressed because you miss your little baby? No. That's why being a parent is such hard work. Because not only do you have to love yourself, okay, and keep building yourself up and doing what you got to do for yourself, but you have this little cub right here that needs you for everything until they're able to fend for themselves. So yes, the number one hardest job in the world is being a parent. And it's something that you don't understand until you become one. So all you parents out in the world that judge, all you non-parents out in the world who you haven't experienced parenthood one bit yet, stop judging parents that you see out in your neighborhood, on the street, in your community, in your apartment buildings, your neighbors at the gym, you know, at the dropping their kids off to school, at Chuck E. Cheese, at Disney World, at Six Flags, at Hershey Park, and you know, all out in the world. I mean, unless you see someone abusing, neglecting, and treating their child wrong, you have every right to step in and defend that child, because that's a child. You know what I mean? So a child can never defend itself. It's supposed to be the parent's job and the guardian's job. But if you don't see any neglect, abuse, or you know, malnutrition and just mistreatment towards the child, please do me a favor as a fellow parent. And I've been a parent for 9 years. I'm deep in the game. And yeah, I got a long ways to go, but I'm deep in the game. My daughter's not 1. She's not a newborn baby. I've been doing this by myself for 9 years. Just do me a favor. If you are a non-parent and you don't see any abuse, mistreatment, malnutrition, neglect, any just bad things may happen to the child, mind your business, because you don't know how hard it is to be a parent. You haven't experienced that yet. And you know, before I was even a mom, I was an auntie. I have 3 nephews and a niece. I don't know if I have any more, because y'all know I don't speak to my sister, or my brother. But as far as I know, I have 3 nephews and a niece. And before I was a mother, I was an auntie. And you know, I used to judge my sister. I used to judge her. Like, why you like this with the kids? Relax, calm down. And you know, because I was trying to stand up for my nephews and my niece and just, you know, be the best auntie that I knew how, which you know, aunties, all we want to do is protect and love, you know. But when I became a mother, I realized that this is what parenthood is. You know, it's not as easy as people make it seem. It's not as easy as you may think it is. It's very hard work. Especially the single parents out here doing it by themselves. You don't get help from the sperm donor. You don't get help from grandparents, family, daycare, childcare. You don't get help. It's just you. So trust me, I'm here with y'all, the single parents, you know? But, okay, so we talked about the top hardest job in the world, which is parenthood. Now we're gonna move on to the second top hardest jobs in the world. And you know what that is? Guess. Let me take a drink of water. Y'all guess what y'all think I'm about to say. Did y'all think of anything yet? Some of y'all probably got it right. I feel it. Some of y'all got it right. I feel it. Y'all know what I'm about to say. The second hardest job in the world is self-healing. Yes. Self-healing. Because us too as adults were once children. We once were innocent little babies. And we were born into families that we were born into. We were born into the lives that chose us. And we had to operate in that. We had to find ourselves in that. We had to sometimes understand and sometimes not understand shit. You know, wow, this is my life. And you also went through past traumas, hurt, pain, and you have insecurities. So now you're a grown adult. And if you know, and when you grow up, you go from babies to childhood to middle-aged child to teenage years to adult. When you become an adult and you start operating and moving through this life, you will soon realize that, I think I have some healing to do. Because maybe you have anger issues, anxiety, PTSD. You probably feel depressed. And some of y'all are feeling suicidal. I'm here to let you know, do not give up. And I know it sounds so cliche, but I've been there. There was times I wanted to off myself because I couldn't even fathom the thought of knowing and believing, wow, this is my life. Like this is really my life. I have herpes, I have HPV, I'm a single mom. Nobody loves me. I'm never gonna find love. I don't get along with my family. My family is so mentally ill and dysfunctional. How could this be my life? So yeah, times I didn't want to be here. But God pulled me in and said, baby, don't give up. Don't lose hope. Please keep your faith strong in the Lord. You don't know what's on the other side of that rainbow. If only you can climb up the first part of it. If you can just climb up the first part of the rainbow, Allah will easily push you down like a baby on a slide on the other side of that rainbow. And on the other side of that rainbow, you know what's there, right? A pot of gold. And I'm not talking about money. I'm talking about spiritual healing, my babies. I'm talking about your happiness, your true happiness, your true peace, your true love for yourself and for your life. The second hardest job in the world is healing ourselves. Because I don't care who you are. I don't care what your life is or was and the cards you've been dealt. I don't want to get too deep into that. Regardless of what it is for you, everybody has a past. Everybody has some type of past trauma that they've gone through. Everybody has felt pain in their lives before. Everybody has gotten their heart broke more than one time before. And everybody has some insecurities within themselves that they're afraid to express their insecurities. They're afraid to show the next person that this is where I feel weak. This is the part of me right here that I don't love myself, because I was in a fire when I was a child and I got burnt and I have this big scar on my arm. Not me personally, but I'm talking for somebody out in the world. We all have past trauma, hurt, and pain. And the reasons why we are who we are today, and how we operate, and how we move, and how we talk, and how we walk, and how we think, and how we feel. It all stems from our childhood. So that's why there's a lot of toxicity out in the world today, because some of y'all are afraid to do the work. You're afraid to heal, I know, because you don't want to go back into that dark space. You don't want to think about the times that your stepfather molested you. You don't want to think about the times that your mother chose her man over her children. You don't want to think about the times where you and your siblings had a physical fight because y'all was not getting along. You don't want to think about the times where you was in the shelter, you was in the foster care. People didn't treat you right. They made fun of you. They belittled you. They talked so much shit about you and made you feel worthless. So now you living a life hurting others. Because you've gone through those things in your childhood. And I get it. I understand. I too, have gone through things in my past, and it has affected me to the point where I was giving my body away. I was breaking hearts. I didn't give a fuck about shit, you understand? I just was like, this is my life, I'm gonna do whatever I wanna do. But you can heal, my babies, you can. I healed. I don't smoke weed anymore. I don't smoke shit. I don't drink. Even my teleport. I don't drink. I'm not having casual sex. I'm working out every day. I'm watching what I put in my body. I'm being the best version of myself that I can be right now. I'm going hard in my career. I'm drinking a lot of water. I'm spreading love. I'm spreading happiness, peace, and love. I've forgiven myself for my past, and for those that hurt me, and for me hurting myself, and I am now putting all that love and self-respect and self-care into myself. So don't ever look at me like you don't know shit. You don't know. I talk to y'all like this because I know more than y'all think. I relate to y'all more than y'all think. That's why I'm this open with y'all, because I want y'all to be encouraged. I don't want y'all to off yourself. Don't give up. Please. God has way more than you think. I know you lost your job. You don't got no money. You lost your family. You lost your house. I get it. I get it. I was there too. I'm still in the fucking struggle, yo. Don't look at me like, I'm so holier than thou and highly and mighty. Please, don't look at me like that. Broke is a joke right now. I'm still in the projects. Sometimes I have to eat shit that I don't really want to eat, but it's because this is what I have in my house right now. So listen, you gotta make the best out of what you got. Sometimes I don't want to talk to y'all, but God is pushing me. He's saying, girl, you have to keep going. Don't give up. You don't know what I have on the other side of the rainbow for you. And if you give up, you're not going to see it. You're never going to be able to get there. You will never understand why I put you through all those tests. So keep going.
So I said all that to say, the top 2 hardest jobs in the world is not being a lawyer, being a superstar, being a construction worker, an architect, a window cleaner, a police officer, a scientist, an astronaut. No. The 2 most hardest jobs in the world is 1, being a parent to your children, and 2, doing your healing work, doing your spiritual work. Doing all your healing work that you need to do for yourself and for your life. So then you can really blossom into the person that Allah always intended for you to be. But sometimes we get lost. But this is the time now. If you needed a sign to start your spiritual journey, please start it. Please start it. I mean, you have a little bit more time to start your spiritual journey. Stop waiting and stop putting it off. I'm gonna start it tomorrow. I'm gonna start it next week. I'm gonna start it November 1st. No. Start it. I'm gonna start it next year. You know what? Matter of 2022, I'm gonna start my spiritual journey. No. If you needed a sign, if you needed a message to start your spiritual journey, please start your spiritual journey now. And I always lean in like this to talk to y'all. I never sit straight up. Something is wrong with me. Woo! Okay, my babies, this is the end of the content video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe to your girl Riahjays channel. Okay, my babies, this is the end of the content video, my babies. I love you all so much. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Peace and love. Bye. Stay strong, y'all.